Hey, Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man. Welcome back to our What I Learned From series. Now, this series just talks about the different groups of people that I learned from: children, friends, family, relationships, jobs. And I'm just going to share that information with you. So, we're now on part 3 of 7 things I learned from a woman. It could be a family member, a friend, just women in general. These are some things that I learned from them. Coming in at number 1, if a woman puts a man before any and everything in her life, be cautious of that woman, because she could carry some betrayal traits in her. Let me elaborate. The reason why it's so easy for a woman to put a man before anybody else and to isolate everything else in her life is because they have that intimate connection, and that woman is not having that intimate connection with everybody, so that man is able to get her in a place of isolation and tell her other things that other people cannot tell her. So that is why it's easier for women to put men up on that pedestal. But I have learned from women in general, in friendships, relationships, and watching family members, that when you do that, when a woman goes into isolation, it's not healthy. Women are supposed to have a social life. 9 times out of 10, when I've seen it, it's the woman that puts herself in that isolation. And when you do that, you give a man full control over your life, and men should be doing that as well. They shouldn't be allowing you to be isolated like that. But when that happens, or when it happened to me, the women, it was easier for them to betray the people that, or walk away from the people that really love them, just with that man. You never want to be a woman that don't have her own identity. Come on, Jesus. When you don't have your own identity, that looks like you putting a man before everything else. And a lot of women will not admit it, but a lot of women have put men before their children. I know it's this whole thing about like who's supposed to get served first, but if this is not our husband, we shouldn't be thinking about that. If a woman put a man's before anything in her life, then be careful, be watchful, be vigilant. It's a possibility that that woman may betray you or isolate herself from you, and it's not good. I've seen it in my life, so I wanted to bring that here just to let you know that it should not be like that. Like, that woman should have a social life, and like I said, it's easier for her to put that man before anything else, because that man is able to be intimate with her. So it will be easier for her to portray you. And when a man started telling you stuff, that's a whole nother ball game right there. So just be cautious of any woman that is putting a man before anything in her life. I'm talking about before God. Like, we want to be cautious of that behavior as a woman myself, and as the women that are around me also. Number 2, I learned from women to love your flaws and alls. I thought God was tripping when he started giving me stretch marks. I'm like, hold on. Because I was still kind of skinny out here. Not skinny. I was still kind of skinny out here. And I told God, this is one thing that I don't play about my beauty. And I told God when I was a kid, I remember saying this to him. And I'm like, Lord, I do not want stretch marks. And when it happened as an adult, I'm like, I remember like it was yesterday. I remember I got one on my arm. I think it was the first place. And I looked up at the sky like, this a mistake. You made a mistake. This body ain't getting what it's supposed to give. Like, I want my smooth skin back. Love your flaws and all. Those stretch marks was a sign that, baby, you was getting big. They ain't got nothing to do with God. So it's like, love that flaw now. And there's different things. There's different things that I can do about that if I do not like the stretch marks. The reason why you want to love your flaws and all is because it's what makes you a woman. These are the things that make you a man. Like, this video is for men and women. But those are the things that make you who you are. And if you don't like something about yourself, you can always change those things. But be careful when you're trying to go out here and get the shade. I mean, cause it's just out of hand, like we're supposed to age, and at some point certain people stop growing, and it's crazy to go get surgery on your knees to be taller, or it's crazy to get longer arms and different things like that. But if somebody feel like that's what they need for them to love themselves, then go ahead. But me, I'm about the natural thing. Like, the way you were created was the way you were created. Beautiful. You're the height you're supposed to be. You're the color that you're supposed to be. Just love your flaws and all. To me, a flaw, it could be something that just lives with you, something that is with you. Like, this little cute, like I have 2 cute little, like I don't know if you call them moles or beauty marks, but I used to have like two piercings right here too, and I didn't even realize that like those are beautiful in themselves. Like, just love the way that you are designed. And if you don't like something, you can always change that. Try to do that the more natural way, though. Forgive me for throwing the shade, but you know, try to do that the more natural way. Things that I learned from women is just to love your flaws, period. Whether you're a woman or a man, just love your flaws. Love what you don't like about yourself, because you never know, that is the very thing that someone else may be in love with you about. So you love that on yourself. Coming in at number 3, never tell other females how you living. I learned that from women. I learned that from movies. Never tell other females how you're living, your finances, how your man is putting it down. Never tell other men how you're living, man. If you're watching this video, don't tell another man how your woman is doing or different things like that. You want to be cautious with that, because we should be having private lives. And the moment that we begin telling people these things, we don't be knowing people's intentions. It's not to be fearful, but it's to always guard our heart and protect our families that we have built. So we don't need to talk about finances. If you're not helping me pay my bills, it don't matter how much money is coming in. We don't need to talk about my man because you're not my man. This man don't need to talk about what his woman is doing for him if your woman ain't doing that for you, because it just puts a different perspective on people's relationships. And then they get to comparing, like, girl, my husband, you know what I'm saying, he bringing $1 million a year, you know, actually just $1 million a month, and you know, about 6 million, 13 million like every 3 months. But you know, I can't even tell the number right now because this man can make so much money, and this girl is sitting here like $1 million a month, like, oh, okay. And then, you know, it's unfortunate, but some people, they will take that back and they will cause a conflict in their relationship. Why you ain't making as much money as James is, so you don't get the right to talk to me like that. You just want to keep things private, just because I think being private helps you to be more secure, and it helps to make things just last longer in your life. Just be cautious. I learned that with women. It's just certain things that you shouldn't tell people. Like, oh, let me say this. Now, I haven't did my research on this. Leave this down below in the comment section. You know why women say this, because I don't, for real. Why do women say a woman is never supposed to tell her age? I could be wrong about this. I feel different about that, because if a woman don't tell her age and a man is asking her, and then come to find out you're underage but you look 40, and then a woman don't tell her age because you're trying to be a sugar baby, and this man talk to you, and then something don't go your way, and then you get this man caught up in something like, oh, she underage, and now that make him look crazy. I don't know why. I don't know. That's the way I think about it. I don't have no problem be telling people my age, but y'all leave below in the comments if that's something I'm supposed to be keeping private, like my age from people. But I tell people, because you don't want to get no man caught up in no stuff like that. Like, just tell the man your age if he asking. He may be interested in you. If you don't feel interested in him, you don't want to get to know him like that, then just flip that a whole nother way. But y'all let me know if I'm wrong about the way I feel about that. Like, why y'all be saying a woman not supposed to tell her age? But one thing that I have learned from women is you're not supposed to tell your finances, how your man is helping you out, and different things like that. What's going on personally? I get it. We're going to have those spiritual friends. We're going to have those kingdom friends that we can connect to, but we just got to watch our circle, because you know, sometimes we don't be watching our circle. We be comfortable, and that's, you know, we just got to bring these relationships to God. We have to bring these relationships to God. It's not to be fearful, because God put people here so we can relate to each other, so we can understand each other, but we just got to be safe. We got to be careful about who we telling our business to. And come on, Jesus, the Lord said, don't tell the left hand what the right hand is doing. I'm still working on that. We just got to be more silent about things in general, because that is what protects our peace and the things we work so hard to get. The fourth thing that I learned from women is to be cautious inviting people into your home. I learned this from movies too. But in real life, be cautious about letting people in your home, because you don't know what's attached to them. People come into your space, and that is your private space. That's where you lay your head. So you want to be cautious about just having people in and out, inviting people in. And again, you don't want somebody to come in and what's crazy is, it'll seem like people will be looking better than you. Like, sweetheart, you got Louis Vuitton furniture and I got mine from Ashley. And what's crazy is you let somebody in and they'll be hating on your little Ashley, and they got the Louis Vuitton that costs $50,000. So it's just, you just want to be cautious about just inviting people in general. And another thing I learned from women, you definitely want to be cautious about who you let live with you. I learned that from myself. You want to be cautious about who you let live with you. And I've seen that in a lot in movies too. And it's just true. Like I said, from personal experience, you do want to be cautious about who you let live with you, because living with somebody is a whole nother ball game. You get to see a whole nother side of people. So just be cautious about inviting people into your home. That's inviting people into your sacred place. Now, some people don't take their home that serious, but I do. Be cautious about your home. Number 5, you are the company you keep. That's true. I mean, if there's a group full of whores, then, you know, if one girl in the group is a whore, then 9 times out of 10, all of the girls in the group is a whore. Now, let me explain. I need you to check out that 7-part series of Why the Lord is Upset About His Men and Women Being Whores, and we'll understand that word. We got the spiritual definition of a whore, and we got this from the word, right? And we come to conclude that whore means not just a promiscuous woman or a promiscuous man, but whore falls under the category of serving multiple gods, serving not God, not at all, just doing different things that you're not supposed to do, worshiping idols, teaching people the wrong thing. So all of these fall under whoredom. This is a spirit. So 9 times out of 10, if you have one woman that's promiscuous in a group, these other friends, they have some type of whoredom going on, whether they're doing witchcraft, whether they're teaching their children something that they shouldn't be teaching them. So you are the company you keep. A drug dealer is not going to hang with a pastor unless you're trying to change his life. You are the company you keep. Keep that in mind. I learned that from women. If you want to be a woman, if you want to be classy, if you want to be more feminine, then you have to learn from those women. If you want to be more masculine, you want to be a man, you want to be a father, you have to learn from those men. And it's easier said than live, having to cut people off. Nobody want to talk about the pain that comes behind cutting people off because you don't want to be a whore no more. It's going to be pain behind it, but it's what you want to do. What's the company that you want to keep? I want to be around millionaires. I want to be around successful people. I want to be around happy people, people that have taken the time to heal their trauma. So I cannot be around whores. I can't be around people that's talking about we broke. It just ain't reached our it's coming down from the spirit. It's on its way down from the spirit. So it just the company you keep. If you want to be successful and you're around people all day long, and it may be true, but we don't want to put that out there, and people just always, I won't be able to, I can't do. It's another way that we want to say things because we're trying to make sure that we're manifesting really what we want out of our mouths. So just be cautious with the company that you keep. Number 6, if she don't believe in God, tell God. Tell God about the friendships, about the relationship, about the different men and women that are coming around you. Like I always say, it just be a hard time with me, communing with people that don't believe in God for whatever their reason be. I might have my own problems with that, but I don't know. I just be, wanting to talk and having a good time about God and reading and different things like that. And the moment somebody we get into it about God, it's just always some type of argument. So I say this, what I learned from women is just that. This one kind of correlates with number 4. This one kind of correlates with number 5. You are the company that you keep. It doesn't, if you're a Buddhist and this person is a Christian, 9 times out of 10, I believe it's just not going to work in this friendship. It's not going to work in this relationship at all. It's just not going to work, because how are you praying to another God and I'm praying to another God and we're in the same room? It just don't make sense. And then gods be jealous. God is a jealous God. So if you serving a different God, I'm serving a different God, and our gods is jealous, how are we going to be in an equally yoked relationship? It's not. It's not going to be equally yoked. The Lord tells us all the time, do not yoke yourself with non-believers or unequally yoked or people that haven't taken the time to heal their trauma, because it's just going to bring you down. It's just going to cause more problems, and you've already fought to get out of those situations. So if she don't believe in God, that might not be a good relationship. And I learned this from women as well, and from my personal experience. And number 7, remain confident and feminine, no matter how ghetto or wretched other women in the room are, no matter how masculine they are. I used to, back in the day, I would be on the same level as them, so I would try to be louder than females in the room. I would try to be more seen than females in the room, but I didn't have to do that when my presence will speak volumes. Now, Lord, I rebuke the spirit of what do you call that? Pride. Come on, Jesus. I rebuke the spirit of pride in Jesus' name. But I just want to say that because I know how to do my own hair. I know how to do my own acrylic nails and my makeup and everything, and throw on a nice little outfit. And I didn't need to be in the room being all loud with these other women, because when I would walk in, my hair was, oh my God, girl, who did your hair? People would think I would go to the Africans. So I didn't have to do that. And then the same people I was being loud with, because they didn't have some of them skills, is the same people that wouldn't like me for whatever reason. No matter whatever it is that you are personally working on, if you're working on becoming more of a man, becoming more masculine, getting your strength, if you're working on becoming more of a woman, being more feminine, being more soft, no matter what room you're in and what other people are doing, just keep doing that. And I tested this at work, and it works. It does work. And the only thing it does is it make people look crazy. It make them look crazy because, yeah. And you know what? From a woman's perspective, you don't have to, you shouldn't have to ask people for respect, but it is more earned when you are more in who you are. When you're more who you are, you get more respect, you get more compliments, you get more love, and it attracts more people to you because, oh my God, like, she's beautiful, you know, she's not like loud like the other girls in the room. Trust me, I used to be loud just for nothing, like, you know, cracking jokes, stuff like that. But now I'm like, I know I still be fooling. I ain't gonna never stop fooling because this is who I am. But I'm just saying, you know, as far as being like ghetto and techie in a room, like, no, I'm not doing that no more. And like I said, I tested that at my job recently, where these other women was just, it was like a man to walk by and he'd be like, hey, how everybody doing? And the one girl was like, good. Like, what? That's how I used to be like, dang, why people looking at me like, good, straight, like, look. Now what I do is, hey, how everybody doing? The girl was like, good, straight, like, what the fuck? Why are you talking about her? And then me, I'm like, I'm blessed, how are you? I'm good. How it starts conversation. And it's just more, it's just peaceful. It's just peaceful to be more in your feminine energy or more in your masculine energy. You shouldn't have to be loud and be ghetto and be seen. You never really want to be seen in a room anyway. You want to just chill. You want to relax. And it took me a few years to learn this, but it's something that I'm still learning. So coming in at number 7, you always want to remain confident, humble, and comfortable in yourself, no matter who's around, no matter what somebody is doing. Keep doing you, because people are watching that and people will love you for that. You attract more positive things to you when you are being more natural and just humble and confident. So let's go back over the list really quick, and we're going to wrap it up here. Y'all gotta tell me what that mean about I ain't telling a man my age, and a woman never tells her age. Please, somebody drop that down below if it ain't no secret. If it's not a secret like that, I mean, it must be a secret. But if it ain't a secret like that, that's gonna like throw off the men and stuff, because we have men here. Then don't even say whatever, I'm gonna let it go. But if it's something that, just let me know, because I don't know what that mean for real. But in conclusion, if a woman put a man's before everything in her life, she goes into that isolation. You want to be careful, because that means she may be easy to betray anybody else besides that man. Number 2, love your flaws and all, because the Lord created you perfect and beautiful in his image. You are a split image of God. You are one of God's characteristics. You are God's personality in the flesh. You are beautiful. Love your flaws and all. And never tell a female how you living financially, sexually, none of that stuff. Be careful about inviting people into your home. You are the company you keep. Be sure to watch the company, watch the circle. Easier said than live, but some people might have to get cut off because we're going in new levels in our life. And if she don't believe in God, you want to tell God about that, reevaluate that relationship, and remain confident in any room that you go in, and just take yourself in there, being who you are. And, you know, just like I said, you're feminine, be feminine. You're masculine, be masculine. When the people over there start arguing, the people over there start fighting, you don't jump in, you don't try to instigate the fight, you don't take no picture. You just say, oh, you know what, it's time to go. Let me get my bag and my tea, and I'm finna head out. I love you, and God bless you.